Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So, in this evening, we are doing live streaming again, and this would not be the same topic that we will be talking about most of the time here in our YouTube channel. So, lately, I am into interviewing people, and I think I'm so excited to introduce you to him kasi laging suki ko na siya dito sa YouTube channel ko. So, palagi siyang nandito simply because I am thinking that he is a good influence to our subscribers, to our viewers, sa mga listeners natin all over the world. Charot, all over the world. Sana naman. All right, so without further ado, i-introduce ko mamaya ang ating guest natin ngayon. So, here you go.
Hello everyone, I'm Ace and I'm a magician and a businessman by profession. But since the pandemic started last year, my work and my business are affected. That's why from being a magician and a businessman, now I'm proud to say I'm a online ESL teacher.
All right, so if you're not yet subscribed in our YouTube channel, make sure to click that subscribe button there and also the ring bell button next to that so that you'll be notified in our videos like this, live streaming, and also um, some contents that I will be uploading in the future. Okay, I'm so excited. Actually, guys, ang dami-dami ko ng videos na gusto talaga i-upload but wala talaga akong time to edit. And for now, I think live streaming is the best way for me to, give you updates that talagang nandito pa ako sa YouTube. All right. So now we are going to have an interview with my friend, and also we've never meet in physically. Most of the time talagang dito lang sa Facebook, sa YouTube, ganon. But I was able to put when parang nagkaroon kami ng bridge, a connection na pareho kami na meron kaming advocacy or advocate kami sa pagtuturo, yung tawag dito, yung mga chances to earn at home, ganon ganon. So, because of this company that I'm working right now, that would be Native Camp, nagkaroon ako ng pagkakataon na maging kaibigan siya. And I'm so glad kasi nandito ulit siya kahit na sobrang busy niya. Last Sunday, popular teacher ulit siya. So, napaka tawag dito, napaka hardworking na tao. So, here you go guys. Let me introduce to you our um, guest for today. Hello!
Hello, Sir Frank. Good evening. Hello again.
Yes, good evening. Yes, ilang ulit na ba this week?
Twice.
Dalawang twice, right? So I'm so sorry if
Twice.
may Tagalog talaga. Talagang nabubulol ako pag nagtatagalog ako. Pag nag-i-English naman ako, nabubulol din ako.
Hindi naman, sir.
Alright.
That's
Okay,
totally
so
okay.
how are you, Sir Ace?
I'm doing great, Sir Frank, as usual. How about you, sir? How are you today?
Yeah, I'm very excited at sobra talagang nakakatawag dito. Meron kasi akong mga hinanda na mga questions, and this really tawag dito para talaga ito sa'yo. And I'm so excited to hear from you kung ano yung mga isasagot mo. And I think marami din na mga subscribers natin na makapanood nito kahit na ngayon medyo busy sila kasi they are also, Wednesday ngayon. So good time. Talagang yung mga taon naghahanap ng ways to earn. And I do understand that walang time sila sometimes, but I'm pretty sure that within this week they will be able to see this video, and I'm so excited that meron silang makukuha na aral with our conversation today. So yes, I think we have been talking about our company Native Camp, blah blah blah, and everything about teaching. Now I want you to introduce yourself to our viewers.
So before ko introduce yourself ko, gusto ko lang sabihin na when Sir Frank message me about this interview, pinagandaan ko talaga to. Nag-diet ako, nag-exercise ako, nag-jogging ako. Pinagandaan ko to. pag message ni Sir Frank, Sir Ace, can you do this interview? Of course. And nag-diet ako, nag-exercise ako, lahat-lahat. pinagandaan ko 'to. Kung si Manny Pacquiao pinagandaan niya yung laban niya kay Ugas, ako pinagandaan ko 'tong interview na 'to.
Nahiya ako bigla. Dapat pala ako nag-diet ako.
Hindi ako kumain ng rice for how many days?
That's something that I have been doing lately.
Mhm.
Eating,
Ah,
not eating, but eating. All right.
okay, kidding aside, yes, I would like to introduce myself again. So I'm Ace Maigi. I'm a magician and a businessman by profession. And since last year, when the pandemic started, apektado po ako ng pandemic. My business is closed. My magic shows are all canceled. So yes, affected po ako. And now, I'm a proud na proud pa akong sabihin na I'm an online ESL teacher in native camp. So from magician, businessman to online ESL teacher. Medyo malayo pero yeah, that's life. It's very unpredictable.
Very true. So, this time, mga ilang minute pa ba yung nung nagsimula tayo? But this time, I want to ask you this question.
Yes,
So,
sir.
meron talaga akong hinanda. I thank you. Parang binigyan mo na ng sundot yung sagot dito. Pero I want you
Mm-hmm.
to really expound this one
Mm-hmm.
because I really want to know you more and I want also
Mm-hmm.
other people to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
So, the question is, what makes you busy and productive during the pandemic?
Okay. So actually, to be honest, the first month of pandemic kasi March yun eh. Diba? March ang lockdown. Actually, hindi po ako productive. To be honest, hindi pa ako productive. 1 month, hindi pa ako productive. Kasi, the reason is, kala ko, after the 3 months ng lockdown, okay na lahat. Kala ko kasi parang ordinaryong, ano lang, ordinaryong lockdown after that. So, yeah, go back to normal na tayo. But, hindi ko alam na tatagal at lalala, magiging worse ng situation. So, yes, in my first month, so hindi pa ako productive, wala akong ginawa. I, I'm so very busy, like how many years doing magic shows, inaasikaso ko yung business ko. So, I'm thinking that, maybe, magpapahinga muna ako. Yun ang mindset ko na magpapahinga muna ako. But, nung nakikita ko na medyo, lumalala, nagiging worse yung situation natin. So, doon ako naka-decide na ano kayang best na work ngayon? Kasi yung work ko, kasi talagang nakakihalubilo ako ng tao eh. So,
Mhm,
it's not fit for this situation. So,
mhm,
I travel a lot,
mhm,
I interact with a lot of people, so hindi pwede. So, ano kayang best na work as of now? So, naisip ko yung friend ko, meron kasi akong friend na ESL teacher din siya, pero another company naman. So, naisip ko na, oh, why not mag-online ako? But the funny thing, sir, is wala pa akong equipment lahat. Lahat. Kasi hindi ako gumagamit ng laptop, PC noon. Hindi. So, nagtanong siya, ano bang requirements ng ESL teacher? Or paano mag-apply? Kasi, to be honest, in my entire life, hindi ako naka-apply ng company. Hindi ako naka-try mag-apply ng work, hindi ako naka-apply na meron akong company, wala. So, business, magic is totally different kasi. So, yun. Nagtanong ako, bumili ako second hand. Para lang maka-start ako. All second hand, lahat. I remember, so it's so funny. Keyboard ko lang ang brand new, 200 pesos. Yun lang. So, yes, to make the story short, June, nag-apply po ako sa native camp and yes, natanggap ako. So yes, so sa pandemic, yun po ang naging work ko hanggang ngayon. So it's been a year, one year and 3 months na naging online ESL teacher.
I see. So you've mentioned that you are now an ESL teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So what were you doing prior to deciding to become an ESL teacher? And we knew already that you do magic, but
Mm-hmm.
before doing that, like I know that you
Mm-hmm.
boost your curiosity on doing that, but before doing that
Mm-hmm.
magic show, what do you what did you do prior being a magician, a professional magician?
Okay. After college,
Mhm.
Actually, dumiretso na po ako.
Mhm.
So, after college, hindi po ako nagtrabaho. So, gusto ko kasi. Gusto ko kasi yung pagiging magician.
Mhm.
So, after college, pinursu ko yung pagiging magician ko. Nag-show ako. So, hindi ako nag-apply ng anywhere. So, nung nakaipon-ipon, medyo kumikita na kahit na paano, nag-business pa ako. I love to cook. Nagluluto
Oh.
po ako. So, meron po akong small restaurant sa Cagayan de Oro. So, yun po ang kinabibisan ko. Every day, I do magic shows. Almost every day. Then, I nasikaso ko yung business ko.
Mhm.
Yeah. I also deliver foods, ganyan.
Mhm.
So,
So,
basically, magic and food business.
so food business. So, I know you tried to learn magic kasi yun na-mention mo nung
Mm-hmm.
mga last time na mga talk natin dito
Haha.
sa YouTube. But
Mm-hmm.
um who influenced you to do cooking, to be interested in the food business?
My mother.
Oh, okay.
My mother is Kapampangan. So,
Mm-mm.
as we all know, Kapampangan mahilig magluto. Magaling
Mm-mm.
magluto. So, tinuruan ako ng mama ko. And no,
Mm-mm.
to be honest, hindi po ako marunong magluto. So, naging interesado ako kasi tinuruan ako ng mama ko ng dish.
Mm.
Tapos, ang nangyari, short story lang. Tinuruan niya akong sisig.
Okay.
And that is my favorite, Kapampangan sisig.
Mm-hmm.
So, ganito lang pala paggawa. One of my friend visited me here sa bahay.
Mm-hmm.
Siyempre may konting inuman noon. Tapos sabi ko, oh, gawa tayong sisig. Sabi ko, oh, sige, gusto ko ng sisig. Sabi ng friend ko. So, gumawa ako. Nagustuhan nila. So, pwede ka bang gumawa next time kasi masarap ganyan. So, doon ako nagsimula sa sisig. So, from
Mm-hmm.
sisig, naging interested na ako sa pagluluto. Doon, nag-ano kasi ako, Sir Frank, yung mahilig ako mag-explore. Gusto ko
So,
yung
ibig
from,
sabihin ba na next time, pag may pagkakataon, makakapagluto ka ng sisig? And
sure,
then, try natin.
yes, no
I love
problem.
eating. Hindi naman ako magaling mag-cook talaga, but,
Mhm.
I love eating much better.
Ako rin.
Yeah.
Pero ngayon, medyo diet tayong konti.
So, kamusta na yung, yung business natin sa pagluluto? Saan ba yan banda? Or
Mhm.
now, is it still,
Wala na,
ginagawa
Sir
mo pa rin?
Frank.
Mhm.
So, ang nangyari ng Sir Frank is
So, ano
last
nangyari
year,
sa place? Close lang talaga? Or
yeah,
maybe there's a
mm,
tendency that you're gonna open again this business?
sinurrender ko yung place ko.
Okay.
So, last year, April ata
Mhm.
last year, nung medyo nakikita kong, nagiging worse na yung situation. So,
Mhm.
nag-decide ako na kunin lahat yung mga gamit ko kasi nandun pa,
Mhm.
tapos close na siya. So, sabi ko, hindi siguro muna. So, maybe next year, 2 years from now,
Mhm.
hindi ko pa alam.
So, was that your first business or meron ka ring mga ibang business prior that yung latter na close na business?
Wala po. That is my first business.
So, first and last mo yun?
First, But maybe
Mhm.
after the pandemic, gusto ko siyang i-resume. Pero siguro, since
Mhm.
nag-online ako, siguro
Mhm.
hindi na ako magiging ano, on hand-on. Siguro,
Mhm.
kukuha siguro ako ng katulong.
To
To
manage.
manage siguro,
Mhm.
hindi na yung ako mismo. Siguro,
Yung talagang hands-on,
mm,
'di ba?
hands,
Mhm.
noon kasi hands-on talaga kasi ako noon. Ako
And
pa
that's a good
nagluluto.
thing.
Mhm.
That's a good thing, a good experience.
Mhm.
So, sa time na yun, prior ka nag-decide to have the business, what are those things or those ideas or yung parang kino-consider mo la, okay, I think I am already able to do the business. But
Mhm.
by the way, how long does it last yung business natin?
Nag-start ako, sir, actually pangalawang branch ko na yan, eh.
Mhm.
My
Mhm.
first branch is anong taon ba yun? Ano, 2017.
Mhm.
I think 2017 or 2018. Tapos, after a year, ano akong second branch ko. Pero ibang klase naman. Ibang mga
Okay.
putahe naman yun.
So, nasa food business ka talaga.
Tapos
Mm.
nagde-deliver din ako ng mga foods,
You
ganyan.
did by
Mhm.
yourself?
Mm.
Wow.
Uh-huh. Talagang busy ako nun.
Oh, but hindi mo siya pinurso knowing that, food business this time is kahit na nagdi-deliver, is still, in demand as of this moment.
Mhm.
Kasi meron
At
namang mga Grab, mga ganun, Food
mhm.
Panda.
That is a very good question, sir, kasi
Mm,
pinag-isipan ko yan.
mhm,
Pero iniisip ko kasi more on lalabas ako eh. So sabi ko kung papagpatuloy ko to, magpupursue ko to, kasi more on lalabas ako, makikipag-ano ako sa iba-ibang tao, which is ayaw ko
mhm,
muna as of now. So tapos wini-weigh in ko yung income.
mhm,
So kung
mhm,
mag-online ako, tapos if ipupursue ko itong food business ko, magkano yung income? So wini-weigh
mhm,
in ko yung dalawa. So kung okay naman yung sa online, so dito na lang. Kasi mas safe ako, dito lang sa bahay.
mhm.
Mhm.
Parang naging curious ako sa pag-weigh in ng income. So parang that's a good thing. Baka mamaya magtatanong na naman sila, ano yan? How? Paki-comment na lang how.
Mhm.
Alright. So, kidding aside, so, yun na nga po. So, meron tayong decision, di ba?
Mhm.
We try to consider a lot of things. Like,
Mhm.
for example, when it comes to business, meron tayong pinaguhugutan. Like, for example, you have a good training with your
Mhm.
mom, mga ganun-ganun. And then,
Mhm.
now that you decided to, not pursue the food business and
Mhm.
continue working at home.
Mhm.
So, in your own opinion, of course, sino yung tao na talagang nagpa-impluwensya sa iyo on who you are today?
Okay. Siguro
Mhm,
my parents. Wala na
mhm,
po siguro ng iba. My parents.
mhm.
My mom and dad.
If you will be asked like ano yung tawag dito? General description mo sa parents mo, both your mom and
Mhm.
dad.
Mhm. Ever since sinuportahan nila ako
Mhm,
sa lahat ng ginagawa ko, kung gaano pa to kaliit, gaano pa to kalaki, sinusuportahan nila ako. So in
mhm,
that way, grabe ako ka-thankful and grateful to have them as my
mhm,
parents. Kasi nung nag-decide ako na maging magician, na nag-decide ako na gusto ko maging magician. Of
mhm,
course, as a parents, gusto nila na gusto nila yung makita nila yung anak nila na may stable
mhm,
na work. So,
mhm,
siyempre, kung sabihin mo na gusto kong maging magician, so, anong work niyan? Di ba?
mhm,
So, as our generation now, iba kasi compared sa generation nila. Diba? So, first, hindi nila maintindihan ba't ko gusto maging
mhm,
magician. Bakit ko gusto? Ba't ito ang pinili ko? So,
mhm,
pwede naman ako mag-apply ng yung may stable income. But,
mhm,
pinakita ko sa kanila na tama yung decision ko.
mhm.
Pinakita
And
ko na, yeah, na tama yung na pinili ko
mhm, mhm.
na na work. Yeah.
Hindi mo naman sila nabigo dun. Kasi
Yes,
talaga
definitely yes.
naman yung mga tutorial niyo po sa amin, yung last live streaming natin, talagang kahit na nakita ko na yung tutorial hindi ko pa rin makuha ko. And I think it takes a big leap of skill for you able to do it perfectly. Kasi I tried it in
Mhm.
my class. Talagang
Mhm.
sinabihan ako ng estudyante ko, sa Tagalog, nakita ko. I saw that one. I saw that coin. And it's embarrassing. So, I just, let go of the idea na magiging magician ako. So, parang imposible talaga.
Kaya mo yan, sir. Wala naman pa imposible.
No,
And
nag,
siguro, gusto ko lang i-add, sir, na siguro yung parents ko naging, I'm proud to say na naging proud sila sa akin nung nakikita nila ako na kumikita na ako, na I'm earning sa pagiging magician ko. And not to brag, but sa pagiging magician ko na featured po ako sa several TV shows
yeah.
here in Cagayan de Oro sa ABS-CBN. So,
Mhm,
napapanood ako ng parents ko. Nag-guest ako sa TV, dami nang nakakakilala sa akin. Hindi naman po tayo sikat. Hindi naman
mhm,
po tayo sikat, pero kahit pa paano may konti nakakilala. So, nakikita ko kung gaano sila ka-proud as a parents. Ganyan. So, yeah. I'm proud to say that uh, they raised me very well.
Ako nga mismo na ngayon lang tayo nagkakilala, and when I saw yung parang throwback photos na sinishare mo sa Facebook, I was like,
Mhm,
oh, may ganun siya na experience. Parang nakaka-proud that I
mhm,
personally know you. I was able to send you message, text you kapag merong mga gusto lang pag-usapan tungkol sa trabaho,
mhm,
mga ganun, ganun. Because that's
mhm,
actually one of the, what I call this one, experiences sa mga online teacher home base
mhm,
na parang you're working alone, and sometimes when you
mhm,
don't have a community, parang
mhm,
masasabi mo sa sarili mo like, nakakapagod, madaling mapagod, gusto
aha.
mong gusto mong gumala, nag-a-absent ka instead of working 5 times a week, parang naging dalawa na lang because napapagod ka, parang feeling mo ikaw lang
Aha,
mag-isa eh. But the
mhm,
thing is, like, I was able to communicate to you, and watching those throwback pictures sa Facebook, I was like,
mhm,
haha, that's my I knew him. All right. So, um the other question that I want to ask you,
mhm,
okay, this one. All right. So, people who would love to know and hear individuals sharing their challenges most of the time. Gusto nila malaman yung pinaka-challenging
mhm,
and how you solve them, how you overcame them.
mhm.
So, if what would that be?
Okay. Siguro marami. Siguro isa-isahin ko, Sir Frank. Meron ba tayong time pa? Okay, madali lang
Pwede
siguro
naman
'to.
mag-live streaming tayo.
Okay. So, siguro, Sir, sa pagiging magician muna. Okay. So, sa pagiging magician, Sir, I would like to say na grabing struggles ko talaga. Grabing pinagdaanan ko. Kung alam niyo lang. So, pagiging magician ko, first, ah, mahirap, need practice, kailangan mong um, magpakilala sa tao para same as sa ESL teacher, 'di ba? Ibubuk
Mhm,
ka nila. So kailangan mo magpakilala, you need to invest.
mhm,
Ay talagang mahal, sir, to be honest, not to brag, but
mhm,
mahal ang mga gamit. So
mhm,
sabi ko sa sarili ko, how can I buy this one na mamahal?
mhm,
So if you can imagine, sir, sa one show that is 30 to 45 minutes, or let's just say 30 minutes na lang. Ang daming magic niyan kasi, music, eh, may music ta's konting salita, music. Which is sa isang items or magic props, it can cost like 5,000 pesos. Seconds lang yan, boom, labas. So, ang mahal. Sabi ko, papaano ko 'to mabibili? At hindi ka naman makaka-magic,
mhm.
makaka-magic show kung wala kang gamit.
True.
So, noon gumagawa ako. Kung anong
Mhm,
magagawa ko, ginagawa ko.
mhm,
Tapos, ang liit lang ng dala ko, Sir Frank. Like, one bag lang for a magic show.
mhm,
Ganun lang hanggang nakaipon ako, nakaipon, nakaipon. Dahan-dahan bumibili ako. Wala akong savings nun.
mhm,
Wala akong savings. Lahat ng pera ko talagang binibili ko, bili, bili. Hanggang to make this story short, nakaipon-ipon. Nabili ko yung mga gusto ko. Kasi may goal ako eh. Kasi ako, sir, nagpo-focus ako sa goal ko. Gusto ko to. Aabutin ko to. Hindi ngayon,
mhm.
pero maabot ko to. Ganyan
Yeah.
ako eh, kasi parang ang life natin, sir, parang siyang hagdan, parang siyang ladder. Hindi
Mhm,
naman pwede na sa first step ka, aabutin mo yung 10 step. Ika, 10
true.
step, hindi. Dandahan yun. Aabutin ko to, basta maabot ko to. Dandahan. And imagine, sir, before, kasi nagta-travel ako.
Mhm,
Yung mga gamit ko, nung nakabili na ako ng mga props ko, mga boxes kasi yung mga gamit ko,
mhm.
dinadala ko lahat yan, sir. Dadalhin ko
So
yan.
walang
And
PA, gano'n, gano'n.
wala, wala pa akong budget na,
But
wala pa
but
akong budget pa PA.
but prior the pandemic, nagpi-PA ka na, gano'n, or wala
Yeah,
talaga?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Doon lang nagsisimula ako, medyo wala pang budget kasi ng PA. So
Mhm,
ako bit-bit yan. Tapos nagko-commute lang ako, sir. Imagine, jeep, taxi,
mhm,
motorella, lahat
mhm,
yan ako magbibitbit ganyan isa-isa from my house to venue, lipat-lipat
mhm,
yan. So, nakaipon-ipon naman after that,
mhm.
not to brag, pero sa pagmamagic ko, sir, nakabili ako ng sasakyan.
Wow.
Nakabili ako sa sasakyan ko, So, kasi goal ko rin yun, sir, eh. Sabi ko, siguro kung kikita na ako dito, bibili akong sasakyan ko. So, para may
Wow.
paglagyan ako ng mga gamit ko, mas convenient sa mga shows, ganyan. Siguro as a magician, sir, yun ang pinaka-struggle ko yung simula.
Mhm,
Pero yun nga, sir, paano ko siya in-overcome.
mhm,
Nag-focus ako sa goal ko. Nag-focus ako sa goal ko na gusto ko to. Hindi ako
mhm.
tumigil. Nagpahinga ako pero hindi ako tumigil.
Wow.
Yeah. And sa business naman, sa food business, meron times na sa matumal, medyo
Mhm,
lugi.
yeah,
May
that's
times na
normal. Mhm,
yeah, parang up and down, pero it's part of the business. Yeah. Paano ko siya in-overcome? Again, naabot ko yung
focus
goal
on
ko.
the goal. Yes, focus on
Pino-focus
the
ko lang
goal.
talaga yung goal ko.
Yung
Mm.
challenges is part of the,
Mm.
success. You
Mhm.
define success with failures din naman. Without those
Mhm.
failures, you will not learn.
Mhm.
So even if hindi mo siya failure, as long as it's a failure,
Mhm.
failure ng iba, failure mo, and that's, seasoning lang yan ng success, sabi nga nila,
Mhm.
di ba?
At
Now,
saka hindi ka magiging successful kung hindi ka na-fail.
very true, very true. And then hindi ka magiging careful kung palaging successful ka na lang
Mm,
palagi, di
exactly.
ba? And ang taong hindi careful will end up early. Di ba? Yeah. On how
Totoo.
you're going to define that sentence, maybe you're gonna be, in a hazardous situation, di ba? So dapat, yung mga failure dapat ni-define natin as a blessing din minsan,
Mhm,
di ba?
exactly. Kasi natututo tayo dun.
Mhm.
Natututo tayo sa failure natin.
Mhm. Now, since we are already focusing on discussing about the
Mhm.
magician journey that you have right now,
Mhm.
this moment you become I want you to talk about the moment you became interested in magic, and how do you deepen your curiosity and became an expert and a professional magician.
Ito, i-share ko to sa'yo, sir. Pero nung bata ako, kasi gusto ko na talaga mag-entertain.
Yeah.
Nakikita ko yung mga banda. Kasi 90s kids ako eh. Gusto ko yung parokya ni Edgar. Paborito
Mhm,
ko yun. Gusto ko maging singer. Gusto
mhm,
ko yung nakikita ko yung parang ang saya, kumakanta, tapos nagtatalunan yung mga tao. Yun ang pangarap ko
mhm,
noon. Pero wala akong talent kumanta. Wala rin akong talent sumayaw.
mhm,
And nakapanood ako ng magic video
mhm,
sa TV. That is David Copperfield, yung famous magician natin. Pinapalutan niya yung babae. Tapos
mhm,
pinuputol niya yung babae, ganyan. So as a kid, so it's like, wow, magic, ang ganda, ganyan, ganyan. So sinabi ko sa sarili ko, I want to become a magician paglaki ko. So, binilan ako ng parents ko ng magic book,
mhm,
tapos pinag-aralan ko. So, when I was a kid, um, first magic ko, like mga cards, simple card trick, mga rubber band, mga simple lang. Hanggang, ano ba, 16 years old ata ako nun, sir, 16 or 17, when I was in college na, naging professional magician na. That's the time na binabayaran na ako. Sideline. Ganun.
mhm,
Sa, sa school, yung mga teachers ko sa school, sa college, minamagican ko yun sila. Tapos, pag may mga birthday, invite nila ako.
mhm,
Yan. So, hanggang, sir, how, how I became an expert, siguro, masyadong broad yung expert. Siguro, hindi naman ako ganun ka-expert,
mhm.
but, pinag-aralan ko talaga. Nagpa-practice ko talaga ako. Binibigay ko yung oras ko sa craft ko. Kasi kung meron akong work or meron akong ginagawa, binibigay ko lahat.
Mhm.
Ba't pa ako
And
magtitira, di
that
ba?
makes you an expert because pinag-aralan mo yung craft. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just remembered the time that, parang 18, or I think I was 20 years old when I decided
Mhm.
to teaching ESL offline
Mhm.
before. And that
Ah,
craft, I know I can teach beginner English. Hindi ko naman
mhm.
sinabi na I am that good in teaching English, but during that time I am sure that I can teach beginner level
Mhm.
students. So during that
Mhm.
time, I tried to do that industry, yung ESL, and
Mhm.
then I can tell myself that I'm not an expert during that time. It was very difficult kasi during
Mhm.
that time, like you want to teach something, but you know yourself that you're actually not studying or not able
Uh-huh.
to become an expert to that kind of field because I was not a teacher, you know.
Mhm.
And it sometimes, parang nagtatanong ka sa sarili mo if you are capable of teaching, ganon ganon. So
Mhm.
I think expert for me means that you find time to learn from it. And I would
Mhm.
like to say that Teacher Ace, you are actually an expert magician. Ah, yung mga sinabi mo noon na ngayon sinabi mo rin na you're actually investing,
Mhm.
learning, yung time mo, yung pera mo, that makes you
Mhm.
an expert. And
Mhm.
you're able to get money from it and you become a professional magician.
Mhm.
That's amazing. So, now, talon tayo, balik tayo sa before tayo naging magician.
Mhm.
Tayo, hindi pala ako magician. So, but before ka naging magician, so what is your takeaway or learning nung nag-decide ka na most of the time people would ask me, you should ask the question
Mhm.
like ano yung parang pinag tawag dito parang naaksaya mo ganun. But I want to ask ano yung takeaway, ano yung learning mo when you decided to okay, this is the time that you're gonna stop food business.
Hello,
Ano
sir.
yung pinaka hello? Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, okay na, sir.
Alright.
Okay na, sir.
Alright. So yung tanong ko is ano yung pinaka takeaway? Ano yung pinaka na-learn mo when you fail to continue food business?
Siguro in general na lang, sir. Ang
Yes.
na-learn ko, in general, sa life ko, ganito na lang
Mhm.
siguro. In general, siguro, never compare yourself. Kasi each one of us has a different timeline. Kasi meron kasi iba, sir, na gusto nila, gusto ko to, bang! Gusto ko to, bang! Ba't wala pa? Gusto ko to, ganyan. Hindi sila makapaghintay. So, work for it and don't compare yourself. Kasi iba-iba tayo eh. Kasi yung swerte ng iba, hindi mo swerte. Yung swerte mo, hindi swerte ng iba.
Very true.
So, be unique. Para sa akin, sir, be unique. Diyan ka kasi mag-excel. Be unique. Know your craft. Kung ano yung pinasok mo, pag-aralan mo. It's okay to fail because that is a part of success.
Mhm.
And yeah, every day is a learning process.
Okay. Very, very
Pag-aralan mo
true.
lahat, A to Z. Pag-aralan mo lahat as much as possible. And yeah, as what I've said earlier, sacrifice your time. Kasi it's all worth it.
Very
It's
true.
all worth it.
And if you are willing to what I call this one, invest your time on
Mm-hmm.
something, it
Mm-hmm.
means magiging expert ka because as what I've said,
Mm-hmm.
once you invest something very expensive,
Mm-hmm.
idea ko lang yun. It doesn't mean that it has to be money. And remember,
Mm-hmm.
time is gold. So it's the,
Mm-hmm.
isa sa pinaka mahal na minsan hindi mo mabili ang gold. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that hindi mo siya maibabalik and that's time. So
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
if you're willing to invest your time in learning something, I know that you're gonna be good at that craft. Whether you want to become an
Mm-hmm.
ESL teacher, if
Mm-hmm.
you want to be a call center agent, which is very in demand
Mm-hmm.
this time, working
Mm-hmm.
from home, and I really
Mm-hmm.
adore those people na keep on trying to find ways on how they're gonna help their family and
Mm-hmm.
by working at home. Kasi I mean, may tanong din ako,
Mm-hmm.
ba't hindi ka naging interesado to become a work from home call center agent din? Or interesado or wala bang nangatok na opportunity, mga ganun?
Wala, sir eh.
Wala. And
Wala
if
talaga, sir eh.
given the chance, do you want to experience that industry? Actually, I'm from that industry and
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually a little bit tempted of the idea to work from home as a call center agent. Kasi
Mm-hmm.
one of the reason why I stopped call center industry, it's because I have to be in the office. And
Mhm.
medyo stricto sila sa mga information, mga ganun. So, okay, I will do the ESL industry kasi
Mhm.
medyo mas madali siya kaysa call center. But this time that,
Mhm.
you know, call center, being a call center agent at home, parang wow, I wanna do it again.
Mhm.
Ganun. So if you will be given the chance, kasi meron din mga nanonood natin dito na mga
Mhm.
mga viewer na they wanted to have that work from home opportunity, but they're thinking about it and they thought that ESL could not be an opportunity for them to prosper,
Mhm.
but instead doing something else. So maybe
Mhm.
one of the opportunity would be call center agent. So meron ka
Mhm.
bang tawag dito? Tendency to do it.
Actually, sir, mahirap na tanong yan kasi as of
Mhm,
now,
mhm,
parang nag-enjoy ako sa work ko as ESL teacher.
mhm.
Pero siguro kung dumating yung kung before siguro nito kung nakapasok ako ng call center, siguro yes. Pero
That
as
would be
of
the
now,
opportunity.
yeah. Pero as of now, siguro mm, maybe siguro
Mhm.
50-50 kasi medyo nag-enjoy na ako sa ginagawa ko ngayon. Kasi for me, sir, hindi ko gagawin ang isang bagay kung hindi ako masaya. Ba't ako
Okay.
papatuloy kung hindi ako masaya?
So,
Diba?
ang next na tanong ko is, magbibigyan ka ng chance to
Mm,
earn, okay, let's talk about
yeah.
an amount of money na
Mhm,
malaki, sobrang
mhm,
laki,
mhm,
pero nangangapa ka, and then you are
ah,
actually struggling, or
mhm,
an opportunity that makes you happy.
mhm.
Anong pipiliin mo?
Medyo mahirap kasi yung dalawa gusto ko, pero practical, doon tayo sa
Mhm,
malaking income.
mhm,
Doon tayo sa malaking income kasi mapag-aaralan ng lahat, eh.
mhm,
Doon tayo kasi siguro ang motivation mo na lang, ah, okey yung income dito. Pero
mhm,
siguro sir, case to case basis. Siguro kung example lang, papasok ako dun, tapos na-feel ko in the long run hindi ako masaya, siguro magki-quit ako. Kung hindi ko
mhm,
kaya, pressure, hindi ko kaya yung work, medyo mabigat siya, magki-quit ako. Pero kung for let's just say year, 1 year, 2 years, kung makita ko naman na masaya ako, kaya naman, so why not? Pero kung medyo na-feel ko na hindi ako masaya, magki-quit ako. Hindi ko gagawin yung isang bagay na hindi ako masaya. Kasi everyday, imagine sir, everyday you work 8, 10 hours in a day. So, di ba? Tapos hindi ka masaya sa ginagawa mo, parang hindi productive yung araw.
So, as of this moment, now you are actually working as an ESL online
Mhm.
teacher.
Mhm.
How do you rate yourself being happy, and how do you rate yourself from 1 to 10, um, being satisfied with your salary?
Okay. Hmm.
Kasi I have been thinking about this. Like, I cannot
Hmm.
ask you the amount of money, and you're a kind of person you're a businessman, and I think money matters talaga,
Mhm.
and being happy also matters.
Mhm.
So this is the best question that I can
Mhm.
make. All right.
Okay.
So let's talk
So,
about happiness first, from 1 to
happiness. To be honest, sir,
satisfaction.
mhm. To be honest,
Hmm.
before 7, 6,
Hmm.
7,
7. Hmm.
kasi medyo nangangapa pa ako. Parang natanong ko sa self ko, para ba sa akin to?
Yeah.
Satisfied ba yung estudyante ko? May natututunan ba sila sa akin? So, kinwestiyon ko din yung sarili ko kung fit pa talaga ako dito. But now, I can say, sir, 10. Kung being
10.
happy is 10.
Mhm. Okay.
Happy po ako kasi first, working at home is very comfortable work kasi you're earning in the comfort of your own. Nasa bahay ka lang, kumikita ka. Yun lang, sir, ang laki ng pasasalamat ko kasi a lot of people now don't have a job.
Mhm.
Tapos ito, napaka-comfortable ng work natin. So,
Mhm.
yeah, it's a very, very big blessing para sa atin, sir. So, in terms of happiness, yeah, then yung mga estudyante ko naman, mababait na. Hindi 100% pero somehow nag enjoy naman ako sa kanila. Yeah.
All right. So before you're gonna answer the 1 to 10 rating mo when it comes to your
Uh-huh.
salary, ano,
Mhm.
hindi naman salary because if I'm gonna talk about salary, ang masasabi
Mhm.
nila baka malaki yung sahod ganito. But as general, ngayon na nasa bahay ka lang, nagtatrabaho and you're actually earning, it's up
Mhm.
to you if you're gonna save it or you're gonna spend it for something,
Mhm.
right? That's
Mhm.
that's how money should be. It should be used
Mhm.
in the benefit na makakapag-save tayo or you will be satisfied
Mhm.
of buying investments, etc. So,
Mhm.
before you're gonna answer that, watch this. All right, guys. So don't forget to click the subscribe button and also the ring bell button so you'll be notified in our live streaming next time. So, Teacher Ace, ano yun po yung sagot natin dyan?
Yes, very satisfied po ako sa income ko ngayon. Pero I'll be honest, I work hard for it. Kasi when I started 1 year ago, hindi po ganun kalaki ang kinikita ko.
Mhm,
Kasi yeah, dito po sa native niya, dito ESL teaching, kailangan mo din kasi pagtrabahuan. Kailangan ka makilala ng estudyante, kailangan nila makita yung capability mo, paano mo sila turuan, ganyan. And yeah, as noon sir, hindi. No, 5, 6, ganyan. But now, yeah, 10 to 11 ang rate ko.
okay. 10 to 11. Okay. So, wow. So, from a businessman na kumikita, talagang
Mhm,
nagbi-business to earn, and then now doing online work dito sa ESL industry, and you telling
mhm,
that it gives me an idea that okay, it's a worth ano field to explore. And if you're a viewer or you're a subscriber na parang you're having a second thought to if you're gonna continue, if you're going to start doing online ESL teaching, it's up to you. It's your decision,
mhm,
and just
mhm,
so happy that this YouTube channel is becoming an instrument to enlighten people,
mhm.
to make them understand the how and whys of this industry. So, yun, napaka napaka tawag dito. Hindi ko ina-expect na sagot from a businessman, but I'm very very happy because those people for sure na nakarinig nito would justify na okay, it's a worth field. All right.
And meron din akong idudugtong dun, Sir Frank, regarding your YouTube channel na mention mo yung YouTube channel mo. I'm very
Mhm.
thankful to Sir Frank kasi ginawa niya itong YouTube channel niya kasi ang daming natututo sa'yo, sir. Your videos are very helpful sa mga ESL teacher, not only in Nikitan, but also
Thank you.
to those people na nasa ESL industry. Kasi sir, for me, to be honest, ang successful na tao is not all about the money. It's not about gaano kaganda yung sasakyan niya, gaano ka-expensive yung bahay nila, gaano kaganda yung gadgets niya and everything. Ang para sa akin, sir, ang successful na tao, that's the person who helps someone na maging successful din. And yan ang ginagawa mo, sir. You help ESL teachers na maging successful din. Hindi ka maramot sa mga ideas mo. And in that way, sir, talagang sasabihin ko you're very successful in that way. Kasi tumutulong ka. Yeah.
Thank you
And
so much, Teacher Ace.
napakaswerte ng mga ESL kami, ESL teacher na generation ngayon kasi may Sir Frank na nag, nag, nag-upload ng mga videos niya para makatulong sa atin. It's a very big
Well,
help, sir.
at first here in my YouTube channel, I started really in that core value to help other people,
Mm-hmm.
to spread camaraderie in this
Mm-hmm.
community. Kasi
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering during that time, like Native Camp has been, or the company, or
Mm-hmm.
Taiwan Talk, Akad Sock, has been in this industry. Nandyan lang sila naman eh. 10 years ago,
Mhm.
7 years ago, 6 years ago. And I was wondering why a lot of people choose to do a job that they're not happy anymore, but they still
Mhm.
do it because of money, in
Mhm.
which they can actually just study the field on how you're going to explore online
Mhm.
ESL opportunities, but ngayon lang. So it fuels
Mhm.
me to help more people na hey, normal lang na ganyan. You can be a person na
Mhm.
nagque-question sa tao na nag-share. Like for example, in my case, I have been experiencing people not bashing but give me a critic about what I share here in my
Mhm.
YouTube channel. But one thing that I'm sure is my intention was to help people, to
Mhm.
give them an idea of what is this industry. And at the
Mhm.
same time, kapag nasa industry ka na, normal ba na nababagot ka to talk about
Mhm.
anything, nagta-travel ka
Mhm.
ba, mga ganon-ganon. So that's why in my
Mhm.
YouTube channel, I really put essence, my life here, and also sharing
Mhm.
opportunities that can help them, especially during the pandemic. So now, that's my core value. Yan yung start talaga why I started doing the YouTube channel. Now lately I really want to show people na they are not alone. You know,
Mhm.
I have been doing home-based job for quite sometimes already. And to feel alone is not a new thing for me.
Mhm.
Okay, because I've been working at home and it's normal kapag
Mhm.
freelancer ka. But a lot of people now are forced to stay at home. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? To stay at home and follow the protocol. Diyan ka lang sa bahay. Hindi lang isang
Mhm.
araw but weeks, months. And
Yes.
it gives them, I don't know, years, grabe. It's really true, diba? So, it gives them depression. It gives them, parang, hindi to yung normal, hindi yung comfort zone ko. Ganun, ganun.
Mhm.
So, I wanna show them that if you're gonna do this job, it's normal and there's a community here. And I hope
Mhm.
I am able to gradually do that, make that kind of community. And I hope in the future it will become a very strong community that uplift people. Kasi ito talaga, gusto kong i-put sa mind ng mga tao, camaraderie is very important. Helping people, uplift people, you know. Um, it's okay to clap for other people now. It's okay to praise them. It's okay to 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 show them that hinahangaan mo siya, gano'n gano'n. Kasi meron talagang perfect timing for everything. I
Mhm.
started doing this YouTube channel with a lot of questions. A lot of questions. I started with when I click the make the YouTube channel. Ano ba yung button na yon? Create YouTube channel, this YouTube channel. I only have 2 subscribers.
Mhm.
That was my wife and my previous YouTube channel. That YouTube channel was actually private most of the time. Private yung mga
Uh,
videos. But now, seeing my YouTube channel na nagiging 6,000 na siya, that's a lot of people. And
yes.
I feel very grateful, you know. Really, really feeling grateful. And 50 people watching a video I sent or I saved or I uploaded, that's a lot of people. For me,
Mhm.
that's how grateful and parang I always feel grateful of everything instead of, I always see uh half tawag dito, half full, not half
Mhm.
empty yung glass.
Mhm.
Kasi yan talaga dapat eh. You have to be positive. Yeah. So, I think I was able to share already a lot na sa mga dahil din sa'yo to, Teacher Ace, yo.
Mhm.
Sobrang ganda ng sinabi mo kasi, and it ignites me to
Mhm.
share also my thought about it. So, I
Meron
think,
ako isang
yeah,
i-add,
sure.
sir. Before ka mag-continue, I'm so
Mm,
sorry to interrupt you.
mm,
For example, sir, dadating ang panahon na mag-retire ka na as an ESOL teacher. Pero
mm,
yung legacy na may iwan mo, sir, nandun pa rin yun. Yung mga natutunan ng tao sa'yo. So, yun ang may iwan mo sa kanila. So, and I'm so grateful na naging part ako somehow dito sa channel mo. Nakashare ako ng mga personal experience ko. So, pagiging magician, pagiging businessman, and pagiging isang teacher. So, I'm so happy na kahit na paano, na-share ko rin yung side ko. So, yes, sir. Thank you so much for that.
yeah, thank you din ulit, Teacher Ace. So, dyan po nagtatapos ang ating interview. And I hope next time po, meron po akong pagkakataon that I'm going to interview again, maybe after a few months and a few
No problem,
years,
sir.
ano meron ganon. So, alam ko na every month, every day, meron tayong iba't ibang natutunan sa life natin. I'm actually surprised because I
Mm-hmm.
thought during this pandemic, we will be stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we will be outgrown sa
Mm-hmm.
buhay. But I'm so happy that I justify that it's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Talagang marami tayong natutunan sa buhay-buhay natin, and it's a good thing to share that to everyone and to choose to keep learning. And that's why I always tell to everyone that, lifelong leaders are lifelong learners. So we keep learning. All right. So, any message to our viewers before we end this live streaming?
Okay. So I would like to say that in general na lang siguro, so don't compare yourself to others. Be unique, and each of us has a timeline. Iba-iba po tayong timeline. So, wag po tayong mainggit sa success ng ibang tao. Okay? Do not rush everything. Everything will happen in the right time. Okay? Plan for it, work for it, pray for it, and wait for your timeline. Dadating at dadating. And meron akong iiwan na phrase para sa inyong lahat. So, every morning, pagising natin, meron tayong two choices. Go back to sleep and dream, or get up and catch your dream. Kayo na po pumili nun.
Catch ko na lang. Ika-catch ko na lang yung goal ko. Okay. Again, thank you so much for that wonderful line po, Teacher Ace. So, again, guys, if you're not yet subscribed in our YouTube channel, make sure also to
Subscribe.
click, subscribe na po, and then click the notification bell button there para po makalimbang, ma-notify po kayo sa ating mga next videos po. So, again, thank you so much for watching. Again, this is Teacher Frank, and this is...
Teacher Ace,
And thank you
thank you
so
so
much
much.
for watching. Have a great evening, everyone. Bye bye.
So what are you waiting for? Come on, enjoy my class.